Today's probably going to be a bit more of a what you could say a personal topic. I don't know where I would put this. I do want to get it out of the way. I'm not actually like bashing anyone. I'm not the kind of guy that would ever do that. I'm just kind of making something in relation to what I've seen a lot within the Fortnite community, especially on Twitter. And I mean, to be fair, you could just chalk it up to, Twitter's a cesspool. Everyone on Twitter is terminally online, and it's just a bad place. But I feel like this extends beyond Twitter and to a lot of the like core Fortnite community that may or may not even be on Twitter. So I kind of want to just talk a little bit about how people are acting towards the game and why I feel like mindset factors a lot when it comes to playing Fortnite and actually enjoying it. Now, you'll find me hard pressed to say this season is really like the best thing ever. It isn't. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's not the best thing ever. If it was me, I don't know, 2 years ago saying that, then I would probably be like, "Oh, this is awful. I hate it," and being like, overly negative and such. However, that's not how I am anymore. And the reason for that being is it's just mindset. Having a positive mindset when it comes to playing games allows you to enjoy them a lot more. That's why when you're a younger kid, like, ages 10, maybe 9, and you're like just stepping into that world of games, you don't have any preconceived notions, you're kind of just like, oh hey, this is gonna be fun, and then you really enjoy it even if the game is bad. As an example, when I was younger, I remember playing Sonic 06 and having fun. Even though I was a dumb child, I still had fun with it. Nowadays, I can recognize that it is a bad game. However, when I was younger, my preconceived notions weren't there, and I was able to be like, oh, fun, fast hedgehog game, woo, because I was a fucking kid. I didn't know any better. And that's where mindset kind of comes into play. If you have a more positive mindset going into whatever game you're playing, you're gonna likely end up enjoying it more than, let's say, someone who's going in with a critical mindset. Now, I'm what I would consider an enigma. I have both a critical mindset and a positive mindset, meaning that even when it comes to things that I don't particularly enjoy, I can still find some level of entertainment or value within them. As an example, recently I went to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny with my mother. She's a big Indiana Jones fan, and I was like, I'll go with you. I like going to the movies. Now, admittedly, I didn't think the movie was that great. However, going out of it, I still had the notion of, like, there were some fun parts in it, and I still enjoyed getting out and going to the movie theater. So I would say that it wasn't a complete waste. That and the theater food was pretty good, so I mean, that's a W always. In general, because I had that more positive mindset, and I said, I might not like it, but I'll still have fun with it, I ended up still having fun with the movie, and again, even though it's not something I'll probably ever go out of my way to watch again, I didn't hate it. However, I do kind of hope that there's no more Indiana Jones movies. I get overly critical with movies sometimes, so I'm not going to delve into that too much, but even then, I went to a movie theater and I enjoyed myself. I think that that's all I'm really looking for. The same goes with gaming, and especially with Fortnite. If you went back about 2 years, I myself was overly negative towards the game. I hated Fortnite Primal. I thought that everything they were doing for the game was awful. Hell, back in Chapter 1 I even quit, because that's like the peak of my negativity. Was just, oh, this game is stupid, it's so popular, blah blah blah, and yeah, I can't fit in with the popular people and all that jazz. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if the game isn't in the best spot that it is. It doesn't matter if the game is like just generally like lacking in content. If you love the game and you want to continue to play it, then you're going to continue to play it. There's no doubt about that. One thing that I feel like is just the truth, and I've seen this online, I've seen people say this online, and I myself agree with it, is that nobody hates video games more than the people who actively play them, and especially with Fortnite. Now, this could go for like Apex Legends, Call of Duty, big, and I genuinely believe that, like, if you play a game for a period of time, you're gonna experience one of those, oh, this game sucks kind of mindsets, I guess. Hell, even I experienced it during the previous season of Fortnite. And now look at me. I'd openly say that last season was probably my second favorite season that I've ever played in Fortnite history. I absolutely love Fortnite Mega. I loved everything that they did for it. However, online, I still see people that are generally negative towards it, and people that are generally just, like, not positive towards last season. Admittedly, I don't really give a shit about your opinions or like how you feel about a Fortnite season. Like, it's not gonna kill me if you're like, it was us. But what's gonna make me annoyed is that negative mindset that so many people have when it comes to going into playing a game or something along those lines. Whenever I hop on Fortnite with friends, I know that I'm gonna have a good time because we're just gonna be gaming, we're gonna be laughing, we're gonna be just chatting the whole time, even if it's not about the game. It's such a great social space, and I still love it to this day. And again, it might also just be me because I have some personal like reasons for still enjoying this game, but it could also legitimately just be a mindset thing where, yeah, I genuinely have a more positive mindset when it comes to gaming in general. With Tears of the Kingdom, I actually gave it a couple of hours of my time, and while I did eventually like conclude that I was probably never going to go back to the game, I genuinely did enjoy the time that I had spent in that game. I genuinely think that Hi-Fi Rush is one of my favorite games of all time, just because it was able to capture me, and it was just genuinely fun. That's all I'm looking for, is to have fun. And when you're going into a game with the mindset of, yeah, I'm gonna have some fun today, even if it gets a little annoying, it'll still leave feeling genuinely satisfied. You're gonna leave feeling more satisfied than you did before. Admittedly, I also think that it could just be a teenager mindset. You feel like you have to be extremely negative about everything, you have to be just overly negative towards everything. And especially with social media, it's encouraged that you are negative, which is another thing I don't really like about social media, and is why social media is honestly one of the worst things to happen to our society, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Genuinely speaking, a lot of the negativity I see is on Twitter. I don't really see it as much on YouTube. I mean, that could also just be because, you know, YouTubers need to make money, and if they're making money, then they have to do what other people are doing. And especially when you have YouTubers like Nick30 being overly positive towards the game in general, you're gonna start seeing like, oh yeah, these guys are being too positive, they should be more critical. That's not how it works. If you have a positive mindset, then you're gonna enjoy your life. You're gonna be fucking happy. If you're not happy playing a game, don't fucking play it. I don't know how else to put it. You're not gonna miss out on much at all. Did you spend money on a battle pass and you want to finish that battle pass? Man, that's your own fault for spending money on it. I buy a pass every season because I know I'm gonna play the game. I enjoy playing the game. I have no problem playing this game. So of course I'm gonna spend money on pass, even if I don't play it all the time, because, you know, I'm an adult and I have other things to do in my life besides play fucking Fortnite constantly and endlessly. I'm still gonna buy the pass and I'm still gonna get everything in it regardless, because they give you more than enough time. You could drop Fortnite right now and come back nearing the end of the season, have a bunch of content like just there for you to enjoy, and then complete your battle pass with little to no issues. It's insane how generous Epic Games are with that kind of time frame. They're really generous with it. And yet nobody really sees that, because all anybody sees is a cringe game that, oh, they never listen to the community, they never change anything. Again, I'm not defending Epic Games here. I understand that this game has had its low points, and I feel like right now is definitely a low point. There's a clear lack of interest in the game. Hell, I myself haven't been playing nearly as much, but that's also just because, you know, I know that I'm going to get level 200 before the end of the season, and not necessarily because, oh, the game is just, you know, it's bad. I'll admit, the summer event was not that good. I don't think anybody likes the summer event this year. I made a whole video ranting about it, and I still stand by what I said. Epic Games needs to do better with their summer events. However, I feel like this is not discrediting the season as a whole. We're going to get a new update next week that's going to probably add a shitload of new stuff, and it's going to be a pretty good update. And then we still have Season 4 to look forward to, which isn't even that far from now. What people don't realize is that Epic Games puts a lot of effort into each update. They don't just rush them out. I mean, sometimes they do, but you know, I feel like in Chapter 4 they haven't really been doing that nearly as much. They've been really taking their time. They've been putting a lot more effort into their updates, and I feel like they're going for more of a quality over quantity approach, which is kind of exactly what they did in Chapter 2, which is why I also resent Chapter 2 so much. I feel like they just did more, but we got less as a result. That's also why that Chapter 2 Season 7 is such an enigma, because even though the season was generally kind of long, it feels like they put more effort into what they were doing for the game, rather than, you know, here's a new pass, here's some map changes, you know, it just the items that we got during that season really just saved it for me, and I love it for that. I love what Epic Games did with Chapter 2 Season 7. It's my favorite season of all time, which is crazy to say because I hated Chapter 2. I still do. I still don't like Chapter 2 at all, and I probably would never go back and actually like replay it, but damn, dude. That season was so good. And honestly, if you want my opinion about Wilds, it's not the best season in the world, but to say that it's as bad as like Primal or something is honestly kind of just showcasing your negative like mindset and personality, and I don't like people that are like that. To be completely upfront and honest, any form of negativity honestly just makes me think lowly of people, because it just tells me you either spend too much time online or you play games a little too much for your own health. I personally don't even play games nearly as much. I've been working more on my own personal projects and really trying to take care of myself as of late, more than I've been playing games all night. Do I still play games often? Yeah, obviously. I'm not going to just stop playing video games. They're something that I enjoy. It's like how people enjoy watching TV after work. I enjoy playing games after work. However, I don't actively play one game. I play a plethora of them, and especially as an adult with money and shit, I can experience a lot of different games. It's really just genuinely cool, and I don't know, I feel like gaming's kind of becoming something more fun for me again as I enter adulthood. So if you're a teenager watching this video, I'm gonna give you some little tips of advice for possibly being a little less negative. First of all, just literally tell yourself, you know, it's not that bad. It's not that deep. You don't have to be complaining about a video game all the time. Secondly, you don't have to be playing the same game over and over and over. Go ahead, try other games, you know, get into just something else in general. You know, you clearly like video games, but you're probably restricting yourself to just Fortnite, Call of Duty, Apex Legends, that kind of stuff. Go ahead, you know, try something else. If you want to slowly branch out of that kind of stuff, I'd recommend Paladins or Overwatch, because I feel like y'all probably are just stuck in like that perpetual, you know, like, oh, I only play shooters that aren't unique or something along those lines. And then as you kind of move away from that, you can maybe expand into indie games or just other styles of games, maybe like adventures and stuff like that. And then maybe you'll start to grow a better appreciation of games. Also, just like having a healthier lifestyle promotes a more positive like mindset and energy and stuff like that. So keeping that in mind, getting things like a job and just making your own money and just having stuff that you can do for yourself that isn't just gaming all the time, every moment, every day of your life, you're probably gonna generally just have a more positive mindset by default. I know when I was a teenager, I had an extremely negative mindset because I didn't really do anything with my life. I'll admit it, during 2020 and 2021, I basically never left the house. Nowadays, I leave the house every other day. I have a job to go to. Sometimes I go to the movies. Sometimes I just kind of get out. And I'm not stuck inside like I used to be. I mean, I basically just woke up, went to school, came home, and then I gamed all night because I had nothing to do. Sometimes I got grounded for that. Sometimes I didn't. It didn't really matter because I was just addicted to gaming, and I wanted to be as negative as possible. This is not something I can see myself ever doing again. Although sometimes, yeah, I'll stay up late on games because, you know, it's the most convenient time for me and my friends to, you know, do that because we're all off of work and we want to chill or something. Or maybe, you know, we just kind of want to just do something, you know. Again, it's like getting off of work and then watching a TV show or something. You're just chilling out. And again, you don't even have to play just Fortnite. You can play other games. Don't restrict yourself. It is honestly really unhealthy to restrict yourself to just one game or 2 games or something along those lines. Just branch out, play other things. Your Fortnite Battle Pass is not going anywhere. You're gonna be able to get it done by the end of the season. Epic Games has made sure that you're gonna be able to get it done by the end of the season. They are very generous with your XP. So if you want to wait until the last 2 weeks of the season to get it done, you can get it done. Also, if you just don't want the pressure, just don't buy a battle pass. You don't have to buy a battle pass to experience the game or play the game. While yes, it's nice to be able to unlock cosmetics and have a feeling of progression when you're playing your games, you don't have to spend the $8 on the pass. You can totally just avoid it if you really want to. Anyways, that's it for this video. I know that it was kind of me taking a jab, but then, explaining, hey, you could have a more positive mindset by doing these things. And admittedly, there's some people who are probably just gonna write this off as me being like, why can't everyone just be so positive or something like that, like some sort of a fucking South Park character. I really did just sound like Eric Cartman just then. I cannot believe myself. But even still, just having that more positive mindset will just make life in general better for you. Even beyond gaming, you're just gonna feel a lot happier in general. And from what I'm seeing, people just going online and complaining are honestly some of the lowest of lows people, in my eyes anyways. You can't always be so critical of everything, and you just have to have a more positive mindset in your life, and you'll just start to feel better. That's all for this video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed. Probably not going to read the comments on this one because I know there's probably going to be a few negative ones. And people that are like, oh, the game's so shit. And I really don't give a shit. I don't really care to read that kind of stuff. But hey, man, you do you. If you want to have a negative mindset, go ahead. I really don't care. I'm just going to probably fucking think lowly of you in the back of my mind and slowly but surely judge you and be like, oh wow, this person's a real loser. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that kind of person. But even still, I'll probably be a little annoyed. That's it for now. See you guys in the next one.